Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to another live stream. I hope you guys are doing well. I've got my microphone on. Okay, in case you haven't figured it out yet, I am always kind of scattered. um, yeah, I just feel like my life is too busy, and I really need to learn how to just say no to some things so that I can stop being so busy. But I am just not really a no person. That's the problem. I like doing too many things and I like saying yes to too many things, and it leads to a bit of chaos. So, such is my life. Okay, so welcome. If you're here, thank you. Happy to have you here. Hello. You can say hi in the chat. Feel free to share, where you're from if we haven't chatted before. I love getting to meet new people on these live streams. Honestly, it's one of my favorite things about doing these is I just feel like a little bit more connected to you guys. So it's lots of fun. So just drop a hello if you want. I see Erin says hello. Hi, Erin. For some reason, and I don't know why, it's not showing up. Oh, there it goes. Okay. There's a little delay, which normally I don't have my YouTube window open. I use Ecamm Live for my live streaming stuff here, and it popped up on the YouTube window, which I actually have going right now for once, and it wasn't showing up on the Ecamm Live. So apparently there's a little bit of a delay, but that's okay. Okay, so let's get started. We're gonna be we're gonna be setting up our weeks. Erin. Ooh, okay, this is fun actually. I like this. Let's take a little moment. So Erin says, "Hi, I'm Erin and I'm from New York. I'm a Scorpio and I like walks on the beach." That's cute. I love it. I guess if I were to go and share a little bit about myself, my name's Tara. I'm from Ohio. Lived there my whole life, but I travel a lot more now. That's my big passion. I had never left the country until I was 18 years, no, not 18, 21. I was 21 years old the first time I ever left the country, and I was 18 the first time I ever got on a flight. So my first international flight was my second flight of my life, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, travel's kind of my big passion, and I am a Gemini. But I gotta be honest, I don't follow horoscopes all that much, so I don't know. And I know people have like strong opinions about Geminis. I feel like it's either taken like one of two ways, like either you're like two-faced or something, or that you like see things from all sides because you like look at it this way and you look at it that way. I don't know. I'd like to think that I fall in the latter category and not the former, but I don't know. Horoscopes. Okay. That's my knowledge. Moving on. So let's go ahead and jump into this. But thank you, Erin, for introducing yourself. I am not sure what color palette I want to use. Try to refrain from coughing. I actually think I do know. I think I'm going to use this first color palette because my favorite one is this one. So I want to use this for my daily tomorrow. So let's use this color palette and let's just see what we want to do. I really need to cough. Okay, so I feel like I want to figure out like something different to do, and I don't know, February I was terrible at using this motivation meter, but I was also traveling for like 2 weeks of it, so I didn't use my planner all that much in February, not nearly as much as I had hoped to. Like I was mostly just documenting my trip and stuff as opposed to like using it for planning because I kind of took the time off from work. I like your comment, Erin. To be honest, I have no idea what people say about Scorpios, so yeah, you don't even have to tell me, and I won't prejudge you for whatever people do say. So you're in the clear with me. Okay, so anyway, I wasn't really using my planner all that much, and I'm thinking I will definitely be using it far more this month. I think my schedule's about to get crazy, but in like a different way. So I don't know. I never do anything for too long. I feel like I just bounce around constantly with jobs and tasks and stuff because I work a lot online, so that is all consistent. But then like when I'm home, I might DoorDash for extra income, and then like I'll go travel and I'll volunteer or I'll do something. I always just like, I don't know, I chunk my life into weird jobs and things. So, but I consistently work online throughout all of it. But anyway, what am I saying? My life just gets kind of crazy. It's going to be getting crazy and different while I'm in Italy. I'm going to be working with a bunch of little kids, and that'll be fun, and I'm excited, but I think I'm going to be kind of exhausted. So the motivation meter might actually come in handy this month, so maybe I do want to keep it, and maybe I'll try to come up with some changes or something for April. I don't know. I like the idea of the motivation meter. I just haven't had a reason to use it. But I do want to do something that's like a little more creative, I guess. Just something that's more fun. I don't know. Okay, so what I think I might do is I'm going to export this page. So I am just going to tap on edit, tap on this page, and then I'm just going to export it. If I do this, though, I have to do it for all 4 weeks. So I guess it's a good thing to do it, or 5 weeks for March. I guess it's a good thing to do it for a weekly or a monthly and not for a daily, because like that would be kind of miserable. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this and hit done. And I am going to come to my gallery, and I'm going to just allow paste. And of course, it's not doing anything. What size is my canvas? I don't even know. I feel like that's bad. I feel like that's a bad idea. What I'm going to do is instead, when I export this, instead of copying it, let's export this as an image, and we're going to export, and then I am going to just open it directly in Procreate so that it opens at the right size and that it doesn't end up being pixelated or anything when I bring it back in. So let's do that. So I'm going to hit done. Still trying to figure out what it is that I actually want to do. We're going to come over here. It has now been imported. So I'm just going to open this up, and I'm going to add a layer on top. Actually, I lied. I'm going to tap on this layer, and I'm going to tap mask. And now the pen color is black. And I have, let's see, let me find something that's like built in, because I'm always using non-built-in pens and brushes and stuff because I download a lot and I also make my own. So let's go to calligraphy and then just take the monoline brush here. And actually, I think what we're going to do, maybe the easiest thing, is going to be to take our selection tool and the rectangle and put on color fill, and then we can just color fill this, though it should be black. Oh, I know what happened. It is black, but because my background color is on it, yeah. So the way that masks work in Procreate is if you work in black, it's going to basically, it's a non-destructive way of editing this layer below. So if you cover something in black, then it's going to disappear. So, whoop, that's green. So let's make sure we're on the mask layer and we're in black, and it's going to just like erase it. So you can see that has like a transparent background. If you do, if let's do a big circle in black. And just so you can see that it really is transparent, I will change the background color to like an orange so you can see that that's what's happening here. And if I want to add that back in and not do anything destructive to the layer below, I just come to my colors and I change it to white. And so now if I draw in here, it brings that back. So you can see if I like draw this circle and then fill that with white, right, it brings it back. So I didn't do anything to damage the file here. So I hope that's clear. So let's go ahead and just undo this circle part because I don't need the circle. And if it helps, I can keep this as orange. Oops, let me get rid of the circle first. And then I can keep the background as orange or something just so you can see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to come back to this mask layer. And with a rectangle selection tool and color fill, I'm just going to, I don't know, just fill some of these spaces. Oops, and it needs to be in black so that it disappears. And I am just kind of going around the spaces that I know that I want to keep. Because we're going to put a cute little background in here so that it, I don't know, is like fun and aesthetic and is maybe like a little less time consuming. I think this is a cute idea, and I can also save this file for future use whenever I decide that I want to do something fun and different. Nope, that's not going to work. Okay. Am I making a mistake? Is this a bad idea? Oh, brush organization tools in the new update in Procreate. I need that. I need that so bad. I know I've said this before. When it comes to digital organization, I'm like the worst. What is happening? I'm glitching. Is this an absolutely awful idea on my part? I glitched. All right, it didn't glitch. This time I was just too... No, that was a glitch. I was too... What are you doing? Okay, we are back to normal. That was crazy. Okay. Sometimes I feel like... I know I don't. Sometimes I just don't finish my thought, and then I feel really bad. I'm so hard to talk to when I'm multitasking, and so I don't know why I do these live streams sometimes. I do it because they make my life easier, but I also just feel kind of like a pain making you guys sit through the chaos of my brain. No, wait. I need to have this zoomed out far enough for me to go all the way across. Blah! Why is it doing that? That's the same thing I was trying to avoid that it did before. No! Okay, we're just gonna... What? If you're a Procreate user, you probably are like also seeing all this glitchiness. But if you're not, you're probably just like, what is she doing? What? She's not explaining what's going on. And that's because I don't know what's going on. It just keeps like glitching and being obnoxious. Okay, so I've drawn these shapes in. I'm just kind of like cutting out some parts of this. Oh, Erin, thank you so much. Thanks for saying that. I'm going to highlight that. So I just appreciate it. I do feel like a lot of people who enjoy like any level of creativity sometimes are pretty chaotic mentally. So I feel like it's a good group of people to be around. People are understanding, but I also feel so obnoxious. I might totally hate this, by the way. Like, I think I reserve the right to completely backtrack on all of this. If I don't like it, it's okay. Nothing here is permanent damage. Have you guys like figured out what it is that I'm doing? Like actually, what's the point? Because I haven't really explained it. What I want to do is basically I want to keep the important parts, and I want to be able to decorate the background here. So I'm just gonna like end up importing this. And who knows, it might look like garbage. Oh my gosh. Everything is glitching. Oh, I'm just the definition of chaos. I'm not even talking about my iPad right now. I have a little neon sign that I made. I'm gonna grab it so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. It has just decided to turn itself on, and now it keeps changing modes. And then it makes me wonder, how long has it been doing this? Does it do this all day when I'm not here? So I got this little cutie that I made, and I can turn it on, light it up. It's not real neon. And then it's got a flashing mode, and then a slower flashing mode. And it's super cute, and I love it. But it just keeps turning itself on. So I don't know if like something's shorting out with the wires, but it just turned itself on. That was the glitching I was talking about when I wasn't referring to my iPad. Is this a terrible idea? I feel like it might be a terrible idea. Okay, let's see. I think my left and right need to be more filled in. Vanellope's. I love that. Oh. Vanellope's. That's a great word for glitches. That's very cute. Thank you for sharing that, Erin. Okay, wait a little bit further. So I'm gonna bring this one in closer. Just doing my best to kind of have this stuff sort of even as best as I can. Okay, that's pretty decent. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select and turn off color fill, and I'm going to add a new layer, and I'm just going to tap fill layer. So basically the reason I'm doing that is because I have a different plan in mind. So originally what I wanted to do was just to like add in a layer underneath here and just start designing with my stickers underneath here. And I still am going to do something like that, but basically I'm going to end up using this to just cut out from the design on this bottom layer so that I don't have to do one for every single week. Because if I did it without this, I would be exporting it with all these dates and everything, and so then I would have to put in, like, I would have to replace this layer 1 here with each of the weeks because the dates are all filled in. Or I could just ignore it and put new date dots on them, which would be an option, which I could do. So if you want to just do that instead, you can. But I'm going to use this layer here to later clear off this space that I designed down here. So I guess we're using my folders again. So let's come to my files. I'm just going to try to come to my recents. No, I guess we're going to have to go through all of my folders. I don't know. Last time I ended up sharing like health information and stuff from my childhood, and I'm like, I don't really want to do that. So let me just navigate to that folder now. I mean, it wasn't anything important, but the last time I did a live stream where I went through my files, I ended up with like my vaccination records from my childhood, and you guys don't need to see that. Like, it's not important. I was a fully vaccinated kid, no measles and mumps and rubella for me. That's very insensitive, I think, given what's happening in the United States right now. But, vaccinate your kids or don't. But it's a choice. That's all I will say. Okay. So what color? This is the color palette number 1. So I've opened that up, and I'm going to do the horizontal view here. Just flip my screen over and rotate this. And we're going to do this whole little sidecar thing. I'm going to move this over. And I'm just going to start adding in some cute things. So I could do like a pattern like I did the last time, but I think I'm just going to do it randomly. So we're going to come to my plant section first. And so many of these are in the cloud. Do you know what I should do? Let's tap off of the selection tool. Do what I did yesterday, where I select multiple. So let's select all these plants. Let's drag those in. Oops. Again, deselect that tool. Okay, so those have been added in. And let's see. What else do I want to include? I think the gradients could be a fun addition. And I kind of want to do the flowers, right? Oh, wait. Or do I want to do the succulents? Okay, I'm just going to give myself options. I don't really know what I want to do here. So we got the prick and the flower. Where's the bloom? I called it bloom. So we got a bloom. We got to do all the colors. So we've got our 4 succulents, pricks, and blooms. I'll do that again for the next 2 colors. La la la. A prick and a bloom. I actually did, for my wallpapers this month, oops, I missed bloom. I used the little prick to make like a repeating background, and I actually really loved that. Like, it's subtle, but it's themed. It's cute. I just feel like it's a little more classy. I just like it. All right, so we're going to drag all these over and give it a minute because it's got to import like 24 images or more. I'm going to hit done. I think I'm pretty good on that. And I'm going to select, oh, I forgot. In Affinity Designer, you can tap with 2 fingers and then it will select everything in between. But now I have to go through and select all of these. And just to make my life a little easier, I'm actually going to group all of these because then when I'm moving things up and down later, they'll all be in one group. So it probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense to you in this exact moment, but I think it will later. Okay, so what I probably want to do is have one of my gradients in like the background, but I don't know which ones I'm going to use yet, so I'm just going to turn those off for now. And then I'm going to, I don't know, do I just want to do like, I could just do the succulents in the background because they're not like super crazy, and then add the plants like on top. I feel like that would be a classier approach. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just kind of move these around on the canvas, and I am going to turn snapping and magnetics off because that'll give me more freedom with moving these. So I'll put this one here. Oh, it's not my rotate. There's my rotate. I'll put this one, let's see, here. And let's move this one down here. This is definitely just kind of random at this point. Mostly I just kind of want to spread out the colors and the shapes so it doesn't feel too repetitive. And also I'm gonna turn off these plants for now because I find them a little distracting. So then let's do this purple. I could layer them, like it's okay if they overlap a bit, right? Yeah, definitely. I would think so. If you think you're going to use any of them more than once, then just duplicate them before you move them off, because as you can see, it like crops it, so it's not a full shape anymore. So if I were to move it, then it is missing a big part of it. And that's no good. Oops. You can also resize these if you want. I feel like this looks like a crazy mess, but you just have to trust the process, okay? It's gonna get better. I promise. I think I promise, at least. Wish me luck. Okay, I also have a fun little shortcut where if I tap the little square in between my sliders over here and I tap on a layer, then it will, oh, well, my mask layer is the one that got selected, but it'll tell me what layer. No. Okay, well, that one worked. Maybe I just need to zoom in and make sure I'm tapping, yeah, this layer. There we go. I think I was tapping on a transparent part, which is why it was just pulling up the layer underneath. But then I can tap on the inserted image and then it automatically selects the right layer, so I don't have to go searching for which one it was. That is in your settings, ladies and gentlemen, and everything else, everyone else. Wow, that didn't at all pan out in my head how I meant to say it. All people. Yeah, so that the layers there, they work really nice. I am such a mess. The layers, being able to find them sometimes is like such a pain. So if you go into your settings, you can change that. And it, to me, is one of my favorite favorite things, because I hate having to look for which layer when I've got a bunch of layers. Oops. So you just tap, and then I magically have the correct layers selected. Super helpful tool, I promise. Even if I botched with the delivery of my words. That is my life. Okay, I want to move these a little bit more. So, see, instead of having to like look for that green layer, it would have already been there. I think I want to move the pink layer again. Did I already move it once? I think I did, but that's okay. Okay, I know it still looks crazy. Forgive me. Like I said, I think it'll get better. So I'm just gonna also add in these cute little flowers. I probably won't do the pricks. I'm gonna turn those off. Why does my brain fail me all the time? Like, this is what I want to know. I'm gonna put the purple over here. And it's always like at the worst times too. I think it's just because it happens all the time. So like every time is the worst time. I'm like, I just wish my brain would function properly. Okay, so I just need to get rid of this pink one. Okay, again, I know this looks like chaos. We're gonna fix it. This feels representative of my life. Okay, so I need to change the color. You could, and this would work well, simply take this background color and make it the color of the planner. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a layer on top, and then I'm gonna drag it below. I'm gonna eyedrop this by just tapping and holding, and then I'm gonna fill it. Okay, and then I should check, do I have any holes that I feel like I need to put something in? So I think I'm gonna use the purple, and I'm just gonna select, nope, zoom in closer. And I'm going to select that layer, and we are just going to duplicate it. And then I just have to remember that that bottom part was cut off. So I'll have to rotate this. We're going to put that purple there. Okay, so that looks good. And then I'm going to turn this layer on, and I'm going to swipe with 2 fingers to the right to alpha lock it. You can also get there by tapping on here and turning on alpha lock. You'll see that check mark is there. And I'm just going to fill it with that same color. But then I'm going to, I lied. I'm going to select this layer. I'm going to come to this layer, and I'm going to flatten it. And I am going to drag it down here with this other layer and merge them together. And then I'm going to, no wait, don't do that yet. Duplicate this one more time. Merge these together. And then let's try this one more time, where we select what's in this top layer, come to the bottom layer, and we are going to clear it. And then I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to fill this layer. Wait, why am I doing that? I need to, hold on, I need a moment. Actually, I think that's a lie too. Okay, we're going to turn off that layer now. So you could leave it like this and it's going to just look like that, and I think that's pretty cute. I also am seeing these lines, which I don't love. This is the problem with working with pixels. Can I fix that? I'm going to duplicate this layer. I'm going to alpha lock the bottom one, and I'm going to fill it again with that background color. And then I'm just going to do like a super, super tiny Gaussian blur. So like, did I turn my alpha lock off? It's not working. I wonder if I need to go back a few steps. Okay, let's undo until we get to the part where I erased some of that from the inside. So we'll just bring it back to like a full thing. And I think, I don't know, how am I going to fix this? Do we think, would it even matter because the background color is going to be the same? So the question is it transparent? If I change this, if I turn this background on, it does turn like reddish. So I'm thinking that when I import this into my planner, it won't matter because that space will be white, you know? So that's what I'm going to, excuse me, that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, so you can leave it like this where it's just like cut out, but I kind of was thinking that I would want it to look more like, I still want the part that's in the planner to still be able to see it. So if you want to know what I mean by that, I'm just going to drag this down below, and it's going to look like that each week. So you can still see the flowers throughout, where if I turn that off, it's going to be clear. So it's kind of up to you, like what you want to do in this situation. I don't know. I personally think that I just want to do this. I think I don't know which one I like better. I like them both. Should I try lower opacity? I can't figure out what I want to do. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it around 19%. Okay, that's what I'm going to go with. We're going to turn this off, make sure the background is off. So this is going to be like the element that we put into place. And actually, before we get ahead of ourselves, I forgot. We usually have our priorities. I completely crossed those out this month. Do I want to add it back in? Okay. Yeah, Erin, it was definitely a process. Like I said, you gotta trust the process. It's like I wanted to do something different because I feel like I'm always doing the same thing. So this is kind of a fun way to fully customize what you're doing. So I think I am going to add this week's priorities back in. So in my opinion, the easiest thing to do here is just to draw a rectangle around that space. And then it should be, oh, I need to add a new layer to do this. So I'm going to hit cancel. I'm going to try that again. I'm just going to fill that, and I'm going to reduce my opacity and also change that to a color that I can actually see and fill that in. And then I'm going to, I could keep it as a rectangle. I kind of think maybe I will prefer that. No, because no, just no. Okay, so then I'm gonna do another color fill just here. Wait. I don't know. We're gonna do like this on both sides. And then, nope, that was too low. So let's start up higher. Ugh. It's gonna do the thing again. I'm gonna start over. I don't know why it's doing that. That's not normally what it does. So anyway, just bringing these over to the sides and hoping that it wasn't too far, which it might have been. Can I go down? Okay. I do think that went down a little bit too far, so I'm going to turn off color fill, and I'm just going to drag this up until I feel like it's like an appropriate spot, and then I'm just going to delete that section. And I know it looks crazy. We're going to select this layer that's on top, and then I'm just going to clear it from that bottom layer. And then this one I can delete. We don't need that layer anymore. And also, looks like I should probably bring that down more and erase some of that away. Okay, that's a little bit better. So now I'm gonna, again, select everything that's in this layer. I'm gonna turn on this layer and I'm going to clear. So it's gonna delete it from there. And then the only other layer I need to turn on is the little mandala succulents, and turn this off. And now, oh wait, this is what I remembered I wanted to do when I then realized I hadn't done the dates, the March part. So just to make my life easier, then I only have this one sticker, I am going to take my folder here and bring this over. And we're just going to find the word March. If I, knew my alphabet, we're going to bring this over. And the reason I'm doing this in here is because I think there's a chance that it might be too hard to read up here. And so a fun thing I get to do now is I am going to erase all these little flowers. So I'm going to use the freehand selection tool, and I'm just going to draw in here around the M and make sure not to cut off any of the M. You could also use a layer mask here if you're worried about making any mistakes. And then I'm going to come back around. You could invert it, but I'm just going to come around the outside here and tap on that gray circle. And we're just going to erase what's there. And then that looks better to me. I'm going to now duplicate this layer and come to the bottom one. I'm going to alpha lock it and grab the background color and fill this. And let's un-alpha lock it. We're going to add some Gaussian blur here. So I'm going to say probably like maybe 7%. It's really hard to see. I could have done it in a different color just for clarity, but I generally do about 6 or 7% here, so I think that should work. I'm going to tap on automatic and color fill, and we are going to color fill, and you can drag the threshold. This is a time where it would have been nice to use another color. So maybe for the purpose of showing you guys what's going on, maybe I will alpha lock this and just like turn it to like, I don't know, purple. And wow, that actually, maybe it's the size of the document. That was a terrible, that blur was bad. So I'm undoing it past the blur. Don't take that advice. Let's do the Gaussian blur again. Let's fill this so you guys can see. Now do the Gaussian blur. And I just want it to come out just a little bit. So like 4% here is probably plenty. And then with the selection tool and automatic and color fill on, I'm just dragging that threshold until I feel like there's a good amount of space around the outside. And then you can also go and tap in the centers of these if you want to. And then I'm going to tap invert. And so now it's got that outline. And I know it's like super pixely and kind of awful. So once it's white, you're probably not going to notice that because it's just going to blend in with the background. But let's go ahead and just fill that with the background color. And that helps the march to just be a little bit easier to read. And then if you want, you can take both layers and, you know, you can still move that around and put that anywhere you want. And you can also size it, of course, down, up, but usually not up too far. Again, we're working with pixels here, so you got to be careful. Okay. I think this is pretty. Okay. It took me so long to get here, but I think it's pretty fun. So I'm going to turn off that background layer, and we are going to export this, and make sure that you export it as a PNG because that's going to keep that transparent element to it. If you export it as a JPEG, then it's going to give it a white background, and that defeats the purpose of a bunch of the work that we just did. So you can save this image, or you can simply just copy it and then bring it back to your planner. And this is the final reveal. We're going to paste it and size it to fit. Wait. Oh yes, this has got to go over the habit tracker. Why do we think that, oh my gosh, please don't let this all be in vain. No. Did I forget to, okay, I think I know what I did. Okay, hold on. I forgot to make sure that I left this. I'm gonna lower the opacity of this because this part with the tabs needs to be erased. So I'm gonna come to this layer mask. No, we don't need that anymore. I'm gonna come to this layer, and with my selection tool on rectangle and color fill turned off now, I'm just gonna drag to expose that that part. But I went too far, so we're gonna try again and be a little more accurate this time. And then you can just go ahead and clear that space. Which I didn't do because I just cleared the selection. I always use a 3-finger scrub to erase. So I think you can also, oh no, it glitched out. No, okay. I'm just gonna 3-finger scrub to erase it, but I think you can also swipe down with 3 fingers and tap cut, and that would have worked too. Okay. So now that we've eliminated that issue, I also need to do that on this layer. So I am going to, again, with the rectangle tool, just draw that out over this part. And I am going to, we'll do the 3-finger swipe this time and just cut that. And so now we've got this all clear. It just ends there. And I don't know if that's a shadow. I should know my document better. If I turn these off. Okay. Just troubleshooting here. I think this needs another row of pixels deleted. So just going to drag it over and cut. And now zoom in. Did that not do anything? Let's try one more time. And if it doesn't work, then I know it's just fine as it is. I feel like you're just seeing the top of my head here, and I'm sorry. I'm like, I feel like, I don't know why I'm like, my face is like in my planner. That is ridiculous and absurd. But let's come down just a little bit again. Okay, I think that's good enough. We'll turn off that layer. And we'll bring that opacity back up. And everything else is good. So I can also just copy all here. And go ahead and tap to paste. And then this should work now. I just wish that it was easier to like, I don't know, to size things. What's happening? Oh, you know what? Maybe it'll be more helpful to tap on the lasso tool and resize this way. Because then I can just make sure that one of the corners is perfectly in line with the way that they did this update, which I love. Just line that one up perfectly. And then if I drag this one down to that corner, eek. Okay, it takes a little more precision than I thought it would. So this is kind of obnoxious. So let me just size this down again. I was really thinking this would be easier than this. It's not. So I'm just getting my upper left corner to align. And then I'm going to drag this to that bottom corner. Okay, I don't know why that didn't work the first time, because it worked that time. That's what should happen. Okay, so now I do wish there was a way to like lock background elements. Undo. I just did all that work. All right, let's do it one more time. Go to the upper left corner, or whatever corner you so choose, and then grab the opposite corner and size it so that it's perfect. And then switch your tools. So before touching anything on the screen, just switch tools. And that will solve that problem so that nothing else crazy happens. And then now you can take the lasso tool and you can add this as an element. So I'm just going to put it in my go-to folder for now. And then you can come over to this next one and come to your elements and just tap to add it in. Okay, don't do that because it made it small. So let's try this instead. Let's use our lasso tool. Select this and let's just copy it. We're going to paste it. And this is the right size, so all you need to do is just line up your corners and it should be perfect. And then just switch tools and move back. Use your lasso tool to paste. Line up your corner. Perfect. Switch tools. And we're just going to paste again. Oops. Put it in place. Switch tools. And then there we go. So I think this is cute. It's definitely different. You can add in date dots if you want to. You can add in other stickers. You can do whatever you want here. You can add in outlines for the boxes. But I really just wanted to do something different. And now the nice thing is if I ever want to do something like this in the future for a weekly layout, I already have this document in Procreate where I can just go in and change the background out and remove March from the heading there. And then all I have to do is just use other stickers in the future to like pop them in there, clip them to that layer so that it all, you know, sticks with the design, the template that I've created. And I could do something like this any week I wanted to with any stickers. So that's kind of nice and time saving. Again, digital planning is great because you can do the work once and then just, you know, reuse things and customize them how you like. But I really do like using Procreate in order to make changes to my planner and just like spice things up in a way that I can't really do in GoodNotes alone. So I wanted to, you know, experiment with a different approach this time. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I know it's very different than what I usually do, but hopefully it was fun. Okay, so Erin says, I got so used to using the photo selection to resize everything since the lasso is always getting glitchy. I really have to force myself to use the lasso now that it's better. Yeah, I get that. I definitely get that. I also, what I did with the lasso tool is I ended up changing it so that it, like, I think the lasso tool was the tool that when they first did some updates, they made it so that if you were on the lasso tool, like whatever you were selecting that was underneath, whether it was an image, whether it was text, like whatever, it would just automatically select, like it would switch the tools. And that was very frustrating to me. And so I turned off that setting. So now my lasso tool like only works as the old school lasso tool instead of it automatically detecting what type of, you know, elements are underneath and then switching tools all the time, because that drove me absolutely bonkers and I couldn't handle it. I think there's probably plenty of people who use it and like it. I can't stand it. So, it's not for me. And then the nice thing about you having this layout like this is if you're not adding in any other images and you're just doing like handwriting here, then anytime you want to make any changes, just make sure that you have images turned off and handwriting on, and then you can easily just, you know, scribble things in and move them around, and you're not playing around with that image, so then nothing's going to move on you, right? Because I feel like if you have, I don't know, if you have like certain settings off or something, I don't know. I had somebody reach out to me about this. It doesn't happen to me anymore, and I think it's because I turned that setting off that I was just talking about. But then I also tried to turn it back on and test it out, and it still didn't happen to me, so I don't actually know. But yeah, if you're just using your pencil tool and your eraser here, and the lasso tool has handwriting only selected, you don't have to worry about that background moving around on you accidentally. I still do wish that there was a lock feature because I feel like that would make things just so much better in general. But to my knowledge, there's not. Should I look right? Should I look really quickly and just tap on this? Nope, doesn't look like there's any kind of lock, but it would be nice. Anyway, we're gonna turn images off, images off so that I don't accidentally mess anything up. And now I've got my cute little motivation meter. The thing is, I'm going to have to actually color these in individually this time. You can see, it's really hard to see, but you can sort of see, I guess you can't really all that much on the screen. You can sort of see that very faint line that I showed you guys where we lost some pixels in the design. Again, this is why I like Affinity Designer. It's superior. I could have done all of this in Affinity Designer. Maybe that would be a fun video to make at some point, like how I do this in Affinity, because then I could just use it over and over again and never have to worry about pixel issues. Yeah, I think I heard somebody say that GoodNotes was going to add a lock thing in, so maybe it will be in the next update, Erin. Maybe. I'm kind of just hanging out now because I don't have anything else to say and this is done, but I think this is cute. I like it. It was different. Thanks for bearing with me as I sorted through this mess and figured out how I was going to do what I decided to do. And I am glad that it worked out because when I was first doing it, I was like, this is going to look terrible. Terrible. My life. Okay. Yeah, that's all. I'm going to go, I guess. Today was a much better day than yesterday in general. All good things today. I don't even think I have any complaints about today. Other than the fact that I think my brain was working against me. It's just like this undercover chaos agent in my brain. Trying to destroy my whole life. Make me fail with words. I'm terrible with words. Okay, well, I think that's it for now. I'm going to do my daily setup tomorrow, and then I'm off to Italy. I will try to do live streams in Italy, but like I said, it depends on the internet. So if I don't do live streams, I'll just go back to pre-recording my videos and taking time to edit those. It just takes a lot of time. Or hiring people to edit them, but it still takes a lot of time. Editing videos is like very time consuming. So if people are passionate about it, I'm like, I love you. That's wonderful. For me, it drains me like more than anything else. Oh, well, that was today, Erin. Erin said that she lost power for a few hours. There was a storm. But it was during the day, so it wasn't too cold. So that's good news at least. Glad it's all better now, but also sorry that you had to deal with that today. The weather's pretty nice here right now. I say that, it's like 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, hoping I have a strong internet connection. This is fun for me to hang out and just like chat with you guys. So, I don't know. It's kind of like one-on-one time. Okay, so was it a windstorm? No, now I'm just babbling. So anybody who's watching this and just wants to go, I mean, you're always free to go. But Erin and I are over here chatting about her storm. Was it a windstorm or was it like snowy or rainy, or what kind of storm took your internet out or your power out? We had just rain today. Wasn't anything crazy. I mean, it was windy, but not super crazy. Okay. Well, I don't know if I'm waiting on a delay. Wind and rain. Okay, so same for us. You were promised lightning. That sounds like you're disappointed that you didn't get lightning. I actually really like storms. I like lightning. I don't know why I keep putting my hands on my head. I think I am anxious and don't know what else to do. But I do like storms in general. I like weather. Like, if you just give me like a hot day and I hate it. But give me like storms or I I mean, not like crazy storms. I'm from Ohio. We're not built for storms. Like we're good with tornadoes and like hail and snow. But like I'm not talking about all you people who live where there's like hurricanes and tsunamis and I'm not built for that. I'm also not built for the heat. I cannot handle the heat whatsoever. Oh, well, that's nice that the tree was courteous enough to fall on a main road so that it would get handled more quickly. Aaron, by the way. Yeah. Okay, Aaron, I think we're on the same wavelength. I don't want like destruction. I don't want people to lose their houses or anything like that, but like a little weather is kind of exciting. It's fun, you know? I also find it like peaceful. Like I don't know if anybody else does this, but one of my favorite things, especially lately has been watching those those YouTube, like in the background on YouTube, the like ambiance kind of videos. And I love the ones that have like the sound of the sound of rain or like nature or whatever, but I don't know, I love the sound of rain. It's so peaceful. I really am babbling at this point though, so I probably should I probably should just go and have some bedtime tea and see you guys tomorrow for my daily setup. And then I can actually start using my planner, especially now that I'm like ready to go travel and get a new schedule. And I'm going to be very dependent on my planner as I make this sort of transition. So it'll be very, very good. But because I just got back from my trip and then it's only been like today and yesterday, I haven't used my planner yet. My brother was afraid of storms, but also he was just afraid of rain. I probably shouldn't be saying this on like a live stream, but when he was a kid, we thought it was storms, but then he would be out like playing baseball or something and like a drop of rain. He would be like up to bat or he'd be out pitching and a drop of rain would come and he would just run to the dugout in like fear, like absolutely horrified, terrified of rain. And I'm sure it's because he was afraid of storms, and rain isn't always an indicator of storms, but they do, like if it's storming, it's probably raining, but just because it's raining doesn't mean it's storming. But yeah, he did not handle storms well whatsoever. Ooh, Erin, we should chat. Let's share our favorite ambiance videos. I'd love to see your playlist. I wish I read more. Let's chat soon. Let's chat. Okay, I'm going to go and give you your evening back. And I will see, excuse me, I'll see you guys next time. Tomorrow, same time. And then I'll be off to Italy. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, that's all for now. Bye. I found my outro finally. Okay, bye.